My mother had RLS, although she didn't know the name for it. And her brother had it, and her brother's children had it, and everybody in the family had it. It was called the McCleary twitch. I had a first cousin named Marge who had RLS symptoms that are far worse than anything I ever had. I mean, she was just in agony a good bit of the time. Every family that has this has a name for it. And twitch happened to be the name. And when the symptoms are going, your legs are, you just can't hold still. That's the defining characteristic of RLS, is an uncontrollable need to move your limbs. It's not cramps like you'd get from over-exercising. It's not painful in the same sense that a bad bruise would be painful, but it's very close to both of those conditions. But it's different, and it is exceedingly uncomfortable. And the more serious the symptoms are, the more uncomfortable it is. I have moderate RLS, and it's difficult. I know people who have much more severe symptoms than I do. I don't know how they cope with it, to tell you the truth. It's just awful. People sometimes get the impression that this is a psychosomatic disease, that it's all caused in your mind. And in a way it is, but it's caused in your brain, not in your mind, if I can draw that distinction, because of chemical changes in the brain from the way it normally operates. But I can understand why people would perceive RLS to be something that's all in your head, to use the figurative term, because when you're going to sleep in the evening and the RLS symptoms come knocking unwelcome at your door, one of the things that a lot of people do is just get up and get out of bed and start doing something that mentally distracts them. And that's actually helpful. Now, that doesn't mean that the condition is caused by a mental process in the first place. All it means is that you can alleviate the symptoms in some cases by distracting yourself, by doing crossword puzzles, or reading a really interesting book, or watching a movie, something that gets your mind focused somewhere other than this awful sensation that's taking place in your leg. So there is that aspect of it. But anyone who makes the mental leap to go from there to it's all in your head, and if it's all in your head, then it can be cured by just changing what's in your head, that's wrong. It absolutely is not the way this medical disease works.